What's up, Aztec fans? Agustin Gonzalez here with Edward Lewis, reporting at you from a really smoky Qualcomm Stadium, where the Aztecs just defeated Washington State 42-24 to move to 3-0 for the first time since 1981 in front of a record crowd on Sky Show night. Edward, Aztecs defeat a Pac-12 opponent for the first time in 20 tries. Talk about the magnitude of this win for this team.
Yeah, we were on our way to the press conference after this game, and we were walking through the hallway, and we were kind of talking about this win, and I said, I think this might be the biggest win I've ever seen the Aztecs have in my 5 years. Now, obviously, they had the Poinsettia Bowl, and they beat a ranked Air Force team last year, but then we get into the press conference, and Ryan Lindley says the exact same thing. I mean, on paper, I guess it's not that monstrous of a win. I mean, they're only 3-0, and they don't get a bowl game trophy for this, and they don't get ranked for it, but psychologically, on the field product, I mean, everything just worked out so well for them. That's just a monster victory, and definitely one of the top three in Ryan Lindley's career, and he said it might even be the best one in his career, so huge win.
Now, Edward, I'm going to make a really controversial and shocking statement that's going to surprise many of our viewers.
What's that?
Ronnie Hillman is really, really, really good.
Yeah, words can't describe it. I mean, tonight, and Rocky Long said this in the press conference, we were seen in the press box, and the holes weren't there. I mean, for the first half, I mean, the holes were this big or not there at all, and he trucked through them. I mean, he put his shoulder pads down and trucked into them. And like Rocky said, we've seen him juke the world and then some, but we've never seen him really run over guys and move the pile. And man, today he was moving the pile. He showed power, he showed finesse, and then he broke off a 59-yarder in the fourth quarter when everybody was worried about, well, is he going to break down? Just a huge game for him. Just the words can't describe what he means to this Aztec team and what he means nationally. I mean, I think it's time he starts getting into the Heisman picture and starts getting a Doak Walker picture.
Mm-hmm. And Hillman tonight, 191 yards for 4 touchdowns, and keep an eye on Hillman's season touchdown totals. He now has 8 touchdowns for the season, and the SDSU season record for rushing touchdowns in a season is 23 that George Jones had in 95. So keep an eye on that. Edward, the defense tonight, a little shaky at first in the first half, but in the second half they really buckled down. Yeah,
they forced a ton of turnovers. They got another 3 fumbles tonight after 8 fumbles last week. They got 2 picks by Larry Parker in the fourth quarter, huge quarter, but man, they look pretty rough at times. Like that Rocky Long was talking about in the press conference, that opening touchdown was so ugly. I mean, he just ran by Gabe Lemon. I mean, ran by him. I mean, it looked like me covering you. I mean, it was just ugly. And they gave another 400 yards of offense tonight after giving up almost 500 last week. It's got to be a little bit concerning. I know Rocky said it was worrying him a little bit. Again, it's showing their weakness against spread teams. You know, when you blitz a spread team, you're going to get burned. So, I mean, you got to think down the road. TCU's a spread team. You know, Boise State runs a little bit of a spread. It's going to be a tough season for them if they keep giving up 400 yards, and they can't just keep relying on Ronnie Hillman to get them in games.
All right, any final thoughts after this big win?
You know, there was a ton of recruits here today. I mean, at least 2 dozen. And not necessarily the big-name ones, but there was recruits here, and there were 60,000 people here. And to put on maybe the best game in the last decade of San Diego State is just so huge for them. To get all these 60,000 people to experience this victory, to experience this atmosphere, to get these recruits to see all this, it's just a huge day for the Aztecs. Just words can't describe what this night meant to them.
There you have it. Next week is the game that everyone's been waiting for when San Diego State takes on Michigan at the Big House. For Edward Lewis, I'm Agustin Gonzalez. Thanks for kicking the extra point with us on AztecSportsReport.com.